Hello everyone, welcome to part 4 of how I hit Immortal with Kunkka. So in the earlier parts I showed you the starting items to go on Kunkka. Now I'm going to show you the items you go afterwards leading into the mid and late game and which items you want to buy and why. I'm also going to be showing you some clips from some of my games to help illustrate these points. And lastly, I'm going to be answering some of the questions that have been asked and hopefully give some examples. Okay, so after your starting items on Kunkka, um, what you've got to think about your items really. You have to think about what you need and what item gives you what you need and what you need earlier than like how to you need to prioritize your needs and solve them in the right order. So if you need move speed, obviously you get boots, windlace. Um, and then if you need more move speed, you can get phase boots. But yeah, I mean, obviously you get boots every game. You don't get windlace every game, but it's nice to have. Um, Other than that, Kunkka needs he needs to tank up and do some damage and help sustain a bit. So braces help. Braces are always good for that, as is the magic wand. Most games you probably have items like this very early. Maybe you have another bracer. Maybe you have no magic wand and just two braces. Maybe you have three braces and no magic wand. Or maybe you have all of them. It just depends on your game and what you feel like you need. Like if you feel like you need more, get more. If there's no point because the laning phase is going to be over quickly, then you just need to consider your options. Um, Beyond that, for sustaining further, braces help you sustain a little, magic wand helps you sustain a little, but to sustain further, like if you mid, obviously you get the bottle almost all of the time. But then you have a couple of other options for sustaining. You could get Ring of Health, which is good, helps build into a Meteor Hammer, which I've been building recently, which is very good item on Kunkka, very cost efficient. Um, a very early power spike, good damage, helps you push. You can also get Helm of Iron Will, get you that armor and health regen, builds into the armlet, which is also a very good cost-effective item on Kunkka. Um, you turn the armlet on, and then obviously Tidebringer with it on, and you can turn it off, so you don't have to have it on all the time. Um, Cornucopia is a good item as well for sustaining and giving you that damage. And then you have the choice of building it into either a Battle Fury or an Orchid. Maybe you get Linkins, but I usually get, if I need a Linkins, I usually get it after some other item. Now I really like Boots of Travel on Kunkka, but unfortunately you can't do it every game because some games, and especially as I've gone higher, I find most games there's just so much fighting early on that um, by saving up that 2,000 gold for the Boots of Travel recipe and lacking the move speed of the phase boots, it can be the difference between uh, dying and surviving, and it can be the difference between getting a kill and not getting a kill. So most of the time you're probably gonna have to go phase boots, but if you're snowballing, you had a really good lane or something, and you have the money, it's good to get boots of travel. Um, but only if you know for sure that your team's going to have enough damage if they decide to fight you immediately after your boots of travel. Because phase boots does give you that extra damage, and whatever other item you spent your gold on will give you damage too. And boots of travel does not give you damage. So, other than that, sometimes you go power treads, like if I'm against a Necrophos or something, and I'm prioritizing just being really tanky over uh, positioning myself well, then I'll get power treads. Um, Arcane boots, you'd only really go on support Kunkka if you really need to. I wouldn't like going arcane boots, but sometimes you have to. Like if you're getting mana burned, your team needs mana, or you need to buy Greaves. There have been games where I've gone offlane Kunkka and bought arcane boots to go into Greaves because I felt like we really needed Greaves that game. Other than that, Tranquil Boots is dog shit. Don't ever fucking buy it. I don't give a fuck. Just don't ever buy it. It's shit. Just get other items to sustain you. Oh, if you're a support Kunkka, you'll probably have Boots Windlace and some other combination of something. Um, and then, you'll be running around with a single point in X mark. Can be a bit difficult to get in range to get the X mark sometimes, but I've found that I'm able to do it most of the time, and instead of phase boots, I'd probably prefer getting a medallion so that we can focus down the hero that I've comboed. And on core Kunkka, probably the most cost-effective, best damage all-around item, Meteor Hammer. So it actually does 490 damage, hero damage. So if you combine that with your Ghost Ship, Torrent, and your Tidebringer, and maybe a teammate, maybe not, but it's such a good combo, and it's so easy to get to hit the combo that you're pretty much almost always going to get it. And that's, yeah, very good. Next cost-effective item, Armlet. Combos well with Tidebringer. What else can I say? It's a very cheap, cost-effective, good damage all-around item. It's really up to you when you buy it and when you don't. I'd probably prefer Meteor Hammer, but I guess Armlet, if you had to get the Helm of Iron Will, if you really felt like I need that armor and health regen over just the health regen of the Ring of Health, and you got the Helm of Iron Will, then you get the Armlet. Or if you're prioritizing doing physical damage over the magical damage of the Meteor Hammer, or maybe your combo is hard to hit, the heroes can dodge your combo, and you just need to do more damage instead, physical attack damage. Or maybe you're just an armlet toggling god and you feel like you want to be able to armlet toggle and outplay your opponent. So next item, Mage Slayer. Mage Slayer, very good item against a Necrophos or a Leshrac or anyone who does heaps of magic damage like a Zeus, and you need to reduce the amount of damage they do as well as reduce the amount of damage you take, and also give you some nice mana regen. You don't have to just get only one of these. You could get any combination of them. You could get all of them if you want. If you just want the ultimate early fighting Kunkka build, this is probably it. Actually, I don't think I've ever gone all three in one game, because usually after one or two of them, you're going to want BKB or some other item, more important item. So speaking of BKB, sometimes you're going to need to actually rush it as your first important item if you're against a really heavy magic damage stunning team, and by not having it you're just going to die, or your team needs someone in the front who can be survivable against that. So yeah, that's something to definitely consider. So other than that, you have Crystallis, which is, a good damage item. Combos with the Tidebringer, so you can crit from your Tidebringer and do major damage. A good cheap item that you could just casually get if you need some quick damage and then move on to more important items. Um, there's Solar Crest, which if you had a medallion, you would upgrade it to the Solar Crest. Um, but yeah, I've been buying Solar Crest a lot, but I think I'll probably just get Meteor Hammer more often now, unless I really need the medallion really early. Orchid. Orchid's very good against Storm Spirit, Ember Spirit, any spirit really. If they have some hero that's survivable against your combo, but if you silence them, then they're no longer survivable. Orchid is good. Sometimes it can backfire if they're just going to get a BKB or Manta or Yules or something. Then your Orchid becomes probably not as good anymore, but it's still good against their supports. So yeah, I've definitely had games where I've just rushed Phase Boots Orchid and we've rolled over them. And there's nothing they can do. Orchid's very good. Um, so Blade Mail. I think I went Blade Mail only once, and that was like a position 1 Kunkka. Uh, might try it some more. It's supposed to be really good this patch, so if you want to get Blade Mail, go ahead, but just be aware it doesn't give you any mana regen, so you may find yourself out of mana. Okay, so this is going to be controversial, but Battle Fury. Why the fuck are you buying Battle Fury on Kunkka? Well, it actually helps you farm really fast because when you've got level 4 Tidebringer, it's on a 4-second cooldown, and if you can't kill all, like, if you have a massive ancient stack or a big creep stack or just enemy creep wave and you want to clear it quickly and move on to the next one, like if you just want to out farm your opponent and outscale them, then you probably buy Battle Fury Boots of Travel. I've never really bought the Battle Fury with Phase Boots because if I have to get Phase Boots, then it's an early fighting game and not a farming game. But yeah, I've had many games climbing Ancient and Divine all the way up to Immortal, where I rushed the Battle Fury, then I got Boots of Travel, and I'm just farming really efficiently around the map, and I just end up getting really farmed and getting the items that I need, and I outscale them and we win. But I've also had games, especially as I've hit Immortal and gone higher, that it's actually griefing my team, and Battle Fury's dog shit. So, if you feel like your games are really farmy, like Battle Fury's good when um, there's not really any fighting that you can do, and if you go to try and do it, you're just gonna, the enemy team's just gonna take more favorable fights. The enemy wants you to fight them, but you're kind of stuck, and you just need to farm. It's also good against a PL or Illusion Hero, because instead of cleaving every 4 seconds, you cleave every single hit, kill those illusions. Um, but if you Crystallis, if you're lucky and you get a crit, then they might die too. But I feel like Battle Fury is more reliable in that regard. There's also Mjolnir, which if you're against a PL, I'd probably buy. Yeah, I'd probably get both against PL, just because he's a pain in the ass. But just be warned, people will get angry at you for buying the Battle Fury. So if you don't want to make them angry, don't buy it. Been thinking of a build where I can do a similar thing without the Battle Fury because it just costs so much, and you get Battle Fury Boots of Travel, and then you still don't do whole much damage. Um, so yeah, probably like just one of these, and then the Boots of Travel probably instead of Battle Fury. So BKB, um, I don't really need to say much. You should know if you need a BKB or not, and you should just think about how early you need it. Maybe you need it first item, maybe after some other item, maybe you don't need it, or you just get it as your last item. Up to you, you just need to make the right decision for your game. So, Assault Cuirass, very good item on Kunkka. Helps your team, keeps you tanky, gives you that much needed attack speed. It's a good power spike with your team. Assault Cuirass, probably um, yeah, if you're able to get away with it after your first item, and yeah, probably good to get um, instead of the Ags. Ags is very good, but uh, you know, it's like for 5 seconds, you know, whereas Assault Cuirass is a permanent aura help and increases the damage your team does. But it just depends on your game. If you need your team to just do more damage in general, you get Assault Cuirass. If you just need to stun the enemy team and you have the damage and you just need them to be held still and disabled, then you get the Ags. Ags is it's best when they don't have BKB, or if they're BKB, they've had BKB and the cooldown, like the duration of their BKBs is getting quite low now, then you get the Ags. That's probably one of the strongest. But if they've just bought BKB, probably, or if they're going to get BKB around the same time as your Ags, probably not the best. Probably better to get AC. But you can bait their BKB and then use the Torrent Storm afterwards. So up to you. Depends on your game. And then we have Shadow Blade. So Shadow Blade combos well with Tidebringer. It gives you bonus damage on that single attack, which you will then cleave with that extra bonus cleave damage. So yeah, similar to Crystallis, it helps you do damage. And Shadow Blade's good for being sneaky, clearing creep waves without dying. Solo kills, I guess, but I don't really play for solo kills much. Good late game. Not so good early because they're all going to have sentries everywhere. It's better later when people run out of item slots and they're not going to have sentries everywhere. You're playing all around the map as opposed to select areas. So, yeah, good as a last item. Shadow Blade into the Silver Edge. Silver Edge is quite good too because it gives you a guaranteed critical hit with the active. So very good combo with Tidebringer. Very good upgrade to the Crystallis, which only does it a 30% chance. You can get the guaranteed crit to completely wipe a creep wave, or delete an enemy from the game. And obviously the Silver Edge provides the break. It also gives you the bonus movement speed, which combos well with your X. If you're Xing yourself, you Shadow Blade to get you to the creep wave faster or to whatever you want to hit faster, as well as with your talent here that gives you move speed when you're X'd. Combos well. There's also Heart of Tarrasque. It's a good item if you feel like if you get it, you're unkillable. And we mustn't forget Heaven's Halberd. So against Ursa, Slark, good item. Not so good since the nerf, but still something to consider. So to summarize, basic cookie cutter item build on Kunkka, you'd probably go boots, bracer, wand, and you get phase boots. and then you'd get Meteor Hammer, and then, you know, probably a BKB and a shard somewhere along the way, maybe after the Meteor Hammer. And then just depending on your game, you'd get AC, or you'd get AGS, or you'd get something else depending on what you need. And then, yeah, you get AGS, AC, you get both, probably. And then maybe Silver Edge, or what else we got here? Orchid, if you feel like you need Orchid. But ultimately, you just have to think about your items every single game. Don't turn your brain off and just do what I told you here, because it will not work for you every game. AC is not always the item to get. Sometimes you need a Silver Edge to break someone, or you need an Orchid to silence someone, or you need a Armlet. There's other items, sometimes Lotus Orb, if you feel like, you're against Juggernaut or something, don't want to get Omni Slash, or who knows, you can get a Rapier late game, Rapier. Maybe you get a Radiance against TA. Yeah, there's really many items you can buy. That's why I like Kunkka. So yeah, just pick what works for you in your games. Alright, question time. So, first question. Kunkka is a great hero with a super strong mid game. What do you do when it's late game time? And my answer is here. So, with Aghanim's Scepter, with the Aghanim's Shard, and X marks the spot, I think Kunkka is one of the strongest high ground defense heroes in the game. Yeah, if you manage to get your damage items like AC, Silver Edge, Bloodthorn, BKB, Kunkka does a lot of AoE physical damage as well as magical damage, and he stuns people with his spells. Ag's Scepter is amazing, but Ag's Shard alone can be enough to win a team fight at high ground if you pull them into your base. Boots of Travel allows you to quickly and survivably shove any lane globally. And you just delay the game, you get your levels, you get your items. The Kunkka's talents are very good too. Yeah, you outmaneuver the enemy on the map. When a team fight happens, you're very strong. You can catch people out with X Mark. You can bait BKBs. The longer a fight goes, the more X Torrent Tidal Wave combos you'll get, because they're quite low cooldown. And if they have heroes that jump on you and kill you, you can just switch to using X on yourself instead of the enemy. So you X yourself from a safe location, you run in, tidal wave them back into your torrent, they'll waste their spells on you, and you return with X safely. And you just got your team a kill or started a good fight. Oh yeah, and I mentioned talents. Yeah. So let me just show you a game where I did that. Okay, so this game I'm playing Position 1 Kunkka, the most controversial position for Kunkka, and I'm just going to skip past the laning. The lane sucked, basically. Where can I show you? I won't skip past. I want to show you how shit my lane was. So, Nature's Prophet just got buffed. I didn't know I needed quelling, so and I'm against Legion Commander Natures, and my support is an Omni Knight. So let's see what happens in this lane. Omni Knight runs up, casts his spell, and gets sprouted, and Legion Commander overwhelming odds him, and he dies. And then I get sprouted. That's Blightstone from the Nature's Prophet doing work. So at this point, my lane fucking sucks. But I have 4 Gauntlets of Strength, and I've got healing from one Tango, got one Tango left. But yeah, this lane's looking shit. So I'm just gonna try and survive and get some braces and hopefully be useful somehow. but our Omni Knight dies again. And I still don't have a Quelling Blade, so I still keep taking damage here. And I end up dying. So probably the worst start you could have. But I've decided to get the Quelling Blade now, after that death. And my Bracer and next set of Tangos is coming. So let's see what happens here. I can get out of the Sprout now. But I'm still taking a shit ton of damage, and I think after this creep wave, I just go, you know what, fuck this, and yeah, I just go, fuck this, I'm just going jungle. So I have a support that's 0-2, I'm 0-1, and I'm level 3, and they have a Bloodseeker. So, but I'm gonna go jungle, and let's see how that works out. So I've got 2 braces, 2 gauntlets, and a quelling. Pretty decent items for jungling. Some slight come down here to try to make something happen, but nothing happens. And yeah, I'm pretty much just helping my team a bit, and then alternating between the lane and the jungle. Omni Knight's feeding again, and yeah, I'll X myself to try and stop this push a bit, and yeah. So what do? I've got 3 braces and gauntlets of strength, and I'm farming jungle. What's the plan here? Thinking of getting boots, but I feel like what's the point, because I'm just sitting in jungle. So I save up and get the cornucopia, because I feel like I just need to sustain more in the jungle. Good player perspective here. TP mid for some reason. Why did I TP mid? I guess defending bottom, and I push. Oh yeah, Elsie's running at me, so I run into Roche and TP mids, so I hopefully don't die. And just abandon that tower. This fucking bug. I fix this. Ward. Selection bug. Oh. Wait. Okay, you select a creep. Alright, so yeah. Cornucopia, jungling. Thinking about getting boots of travel. What do I end up doing? Oh, I get boots. Yeah, I get brown boots, of course. So win probably is still 50-50, but they're up by 5k. I don't know why it's still 50-50. I guess maybe their draft. But this game does feel, you know, not the best. Considering we have a support Slark and a Witch Doctor mid and a feeding Omni Knight. But net worth, let's see. I'm behind, but I'm probably going to be catching up. And I get the Claymore. And I get a 15, almost 16 minute triple bracer brown boots battle fury, which is not the best, but it's acceptable. I'd rather that than continue feeding the lane. And as you can see, I'm farming quite quickly now. I'm pleading on every single hit instead of every 4 seconds. So that's where the battle fury comes in handy. I also kill creep waves pretty quickly instead of hitting the creep wave and then having to hit every single creep to get the last hit. I hit the creep wave and then I hit it once more and I get all the last hits. Some engagement going on here. I think I managed to do enough damage to help kill the LC. And at this point, I don't know if it was here or later, but yeah, affirmative. At this point, my Witch Doctor mid is flaming me. He's saying, Kunkka's a fucking shit hero, Pos1. You're bad. If you think Kunkka's a good Pos1, then fucking give up on this game. And I go, you know what? You're probably right. You're probably right, my friend. But, you know, I feel I'm that good on Kunkka. I'm comfortable with it. So I play at position 1. And I get Boots of Travel. Battle Fury Boots of Travel. The griefing item build. But my net worth is coming up. I'm catching up to Bloodseeker. And I'm considering my next item. I'm against LC, so I'll buy a Lincoln's. Yeah, we can't, I think, yeah, it was here as well. Witch Doctor was not happy here. So I'm helping kill Nature's Prophet. We kill Nature's Prophet. Like, we actually got 2 kills, but 3 of ours died. I managed to get out. But yeah, Witch Doctor's not happy. He's not happy that I'm not doing damage. I mean, we killed Nature's Prophet, but I'm not doing enough damage, I guess, for him to be happy. Anyway, I think my Lincoln's is on its way. And look, at this point, I'm the highest net worth in the game. My lane was so fucking shit, and I left at level 3 and jungled. But I'm now the highest net worth in the game. So, I guess you don't need a Battle Fury to do this, but it's what I did this game. And I made a mistake here by running to the left. I was here, I knew the enemy was around mid, and I knew they were coming for me. I should have ran down this way, but instead I ran to the left and died. The first big mistake of the game, other than maybe dying in lane. And at this point, oh, do I get Lincolns? No. No, I don't get Lincolns. I decide against the Lincolns, and I just, you know what, Witch Doctor's right. We need some damage, so I decided to get the Assault Cuirass, starting with the Hyper Stone. The enemy gets Roshan. Our win probability there. It's more likely to win on the Dire. Team's dying. And I'm just keep farming, keep shoving lanes, keep jungling, being efficient. Enemies pushing barracks, so I'll come to defend, and let's see what happens. So they're up on our tier 3. I can combo the Legion Commander. Bloodseeker loses his Aegis. I get a nice cleave there, long range, on the rest of the enemy, and Witch Doctor cleans up there. And actually I X the Nature's Prophet, he dies, and Bloodseeker dies too. So that's the classic high ground feed, I think. I'm not sure that's me being really good or Kunkka being really amazing. That's just the classic high ground feed. But I was useful. I stopped the Nature's Prophet from escaping, so there's that. And I did some decent damage. And now I've got my Assault Cuirass. And I'm going to go back to the Lincolns now, because I don't want to get dueled. And I'm Xing myself, using Boots of Travel to shove the dangerous lanes. Xing myself again on the other side of the map, pushing that dangerous lane. So you're really just pushing out lanes, forcing the enemy into your worst positions, giving them less information on the map, and using that to your advantage. Stopping them, you're delaying the game as well, and you're getting really farmed. Witch Doctor doing work. Got my Lincolns now. See, they can't really stop me from shoving lanes like that. And like this. Looks like I'm thinking of getting an Ags. Oh, I got the shard. When did I get the shard? Just check. I bought the shard at 30 minutes. And looks like something bad's about to happen. Yeah, I just bought the shard. Yeah, like it's 30 minutes. I don't do a lot of damage. Like if I was a PA, I'd do a lot more damage, but... Oh, what happens here? Do I cancel my... Oh no, I'm here. What am I thinking? So, fighting at the tier 2. Oh yeah, Bloodseeker BKBs, and I can't do anything. Because I don't do any damage. Okay, the Lincolns saves me. Tidal Wave back. Yeah. We all die, except for Slayer. So yeah. Yeah, as I said, Witch Doctor's probably right. Kunkka's probably not the best carry, but I play him because I like him. And I feel like I can win any game with Kunkka if I have farm. So, let's see what happens. Oh, you know what? Battle Fury good against Nature's Prophet too to escape the Sprout. So that's something to consider. They take a barracks. Our win probability is going lower and lower. Slaughter dies. Okay, I managed to combo the Seeker, and we get Nature's Prophet too. And yeah, the X mark's really helping here catch people. Get kills you otherwise wouldn't get. So now I'm deciding to get a BKB. Why? Why am I buying BKB? It's just Grimstroke. Oh, you know what? It's probably because I don't want to be silenced against Bloodseeker. That's probably why. And, you know, Grimstroke 2. Trying to rush here, but they intercept, so I go, no, I'm out of there. So yeah, just Xing, pushing. Oh, I don't have the minimap. Whoops. Okay, so I'm comboing LC here. Oh yeah, you know what? I really piss off Witch Doctor here because I tidal waved the LC into him and he gets duel. So that was a pretty big mistake from me. And he's pretty fair to be upset at me over that. Yeah, massive fucking mega creeps, or super creeps here, wave. So, clear that quickly. Push out some more. Omni Knight dies too. And at this point, the game's looking pretty freaking drastic, guys. What do? I X myself, run in, torrent, turn around, tidal wave them back, whack them, and then I'm returned. So I got some decent damage on them. They're still pushing though, but I'm just gonna go do that again. They're prepared this time. I guess they're scared of getting X'd. Magnus has a Lincolns, so I can't X him anymore. Yeah, respecting our high ground defense. But yeah, I'm just able to farm this quite safely, you know. I sell, what do I sell? I sell my bracer and get a Crystallis. Okay, so I don't get the Ags, because I need more damage. Oh yeah, and Witch Doctor's all chatting, and I tell the enemy to come in, because we're tilted. Let's see what happens. So, just the usual. Alright, so I Tidal Wave Bloodseeker in, he gets Slithering crushed. I BKB, ult, taking a lot of damage, but they both die. Okay, so yeah, kind of a throw from them, but kind of also showing Tidal Wave being quite useful high ground. And my team cleans up 2 more after that. Kind of a huge throw from Bloodseeker, actually. Not sure. Yeah, probably wouldn't work against better players. But yeah, I'm making sure I'm saving buyback. I'm 5,000 ahead of Bloodseeker now. So, Kunkka, yeah, he doesn't do heaps of damage if you're playing him carry and buying his items, but he continues scaling and he will start to do a lot of damage. Especially now I've got the silver edge. And you can outscale traditional carries. You have the Tidebringer cleave talent, you have the Tidebringer cooldown talent, and you can outmaneuver them on the map and outplay them. And you, because of all your, you have all of your spells as well as all of your damage. Okay, so they cancel my TP here, unfortunately. But what do I do? Okay, LC just dies at our base. So, still 80% chance of losing. TP mid, I clear these creeps instead of helping my team. But I do come to help my team. Get a nice combo there, get a double kill. Triple kill. So, looks like once I got the silver edge, I start actually doing damage. And I'm really farmed now. Ooh, 4 bounties. I buy a whole entire Ags. Blessing, I think. Yeah, I bought an entire Aghanim's Blessing after that fight. We actually only have 1 barracks left. But yeah, I'm really farmed now. I'm really strong. Looking to get Roche. I spot the Nature's Prophet there and kill him. And I get... oh, that was really annoying. He ruptured me, I BKB TP'd, and Roshan bashed me. And so what do? I Torrent, Tidal Wave, and how do I live? How the fuck do I live? Did someone use something on me? I know I got Wind Waked. Oh, I guess he Wind Waked me and it kind of bugged. Oh, what? Oh no, Depth Shroud, of course. Slark saved me with Depth Shroud. Oh, I just escaped that RP there and dodged the shockwave. I mean, he can see me with Thirst. So, what do I do here? X myself. I'm actually regening quite a lot. So I managed to leave the Magnus there. Got Ninja Gear. And we win the fight. Defending bottom, looking to get a Moon Shard. And I get Aegis. So we're now 15k ahead, and we now have more of an even looking win probability there. Wait, when did I buy Ags? Oh, I bought the Blessing. I don't think I've been paying attention to when I used the Torrent Storm. But yeah, this game was so hard for them to push because I just defend high ground quite well. It's hard for them to push into, it's hard for them to get the creep waves to our base. And I can just keep farming around the map like this and get really fat. Decide to pop Aegis here. Maybe not the best decision, but it allows me to come here, join the fight, cast all my spells, use BKB, and yeah, look, they're all getting stunned, and I'm doing heaps of damage. And we win that fight. I buy a gem for the team. Omni Knight dies. I come over. X Torrent, Tidal Wave. I have so much gold now. And I decide I need even more damage. So I queue up a Rapier. And I think I actually TP base to sell it and send. Did I send the entire Rapier on the courier? I did. That's so dangerous. I guess it's only Grimstroke alive, but still. Should have had it disassembled and locked. Anyway, I get the Rapier. So you can kind of see the power of late game Kunkka here. With all the right items, you've got a lot of you've got everything you need. You've got damage, you've got survivability, you've got team fight, you've got stuns, you've got catch, you've got escape. Like, you have everything, so you can just utilize all of that. I'm godlike. Like, I actually haven't died, because I've been Xing myself, using the Silver Edge, BKB, Lincolns. They actually cannot kill me as long as I play correctly. They can't kill me. So we just keep winning the fights. I mean, props to my team for keeping me alive as well. But I can just bravely go up here like this and I'm safe because I'm X'd. Defend at the same time. And I'm queuing up another rapier, probably just as a backup in case I die. But I want to save buyback. Obviously. So we're 30k ahead now. So, easy kills like that by Xing yourself and tidal waving someone. Just sieging, throwing some tidal waves here and there. Making them buy back. And yeah, combo is just too strong. I nearly die here. I managed to kill Magnus. Actually, I do die and I do lose the rapier, but it doesn't matter. Who got the rapier? Oh, LC got the rapier. And I buy back now? Defend? And we kill Natures with no buyback. And we kill Grimstroke with no buyback. And LC's trying to get Megas here. And we kill her with no buyback. So they get Megas. And then Slider's here. And he gets Megas too. So it's Megas versus Megas now. And looks like I'm gonna go in, yeah, X, Shadow Blade, Silver Edge, go in, get a cleave, Torrent, and now I'm back safe. Tidal Wave, back, and I just BKB TP. Don't want to risk it. Have so much gold. So level 30 is really strong too, because you get both talents. Very good. And we win! We won the awful game. So, I don't know how much that was me being good or the opponent being bad, but that's just an example of how that's one way to play Kunkka. Maybe I don't recommend doing that, but That's one way that you can make sure that you scale um, as Kunkka and be strong in the mid to late game. And I actually end the game with almost 1100 GPM and basically 1100 last hits in a 1 hour game. Okay, guys, this video's gotten pretty long, so I'll probably have to cut it short now. And, there's more questions I need to answer. I'll definitely be doing those in the next part. So, goodbye for now.